Well, hello everybody. How you doing? Car Chronicles with Dr. C. You ready? So I had this question asked before, and I think I did a full video about a year or so, maybe a year or two ago on YouTube. So you can look for it. I may make another one. But the question is why does a narcissist get married if they do not love? Now, you do know that people do not get married for love. That seems to be a thing. Back in the day, today, some marriages are business deals. Some marriages are marriages of convenience. Some marriages, people got married to get out of their households. Some people got married because they had children and they thought that that was the right thing to do. And for some, it actually worked. Now, if you look back in history, and this is what I was taught when I was young. I had grandparents from the World War II era, and I was taught that, when you got married, and keep in mind that at that particular time, post-World War II era, women did not make as much money as men did, and a lot of women couldn't sustain themselves. The men still had the power to make money, to take care of families, and so a lot of times, just as I was taught is when you get married, it's not about love, it's a business deal. You get married, and your responsibility to your husband, it's almost like a quid pro quo, meaning this for that. You take care of me, and in turn, I'll make sure I clean your house, feed you, I may give you a kid or two, but it's not about love. It's convenience, it's an obligation. I'm obligated to pay you back for what you've done for me. And or also I'm going to make sure that you're taken care of, but it doesn't have anything to do with love. And that's how I was taught at a young age. And if you had children, you better hope that you find someone that will take you because you are damaged property. Well, we all know now that just because you have children does not make you damaged property. We all have children for some reason or another, failed marriages, children out of wedlock, but we're capable of taking care of kids. And a lot of women are very capable, men too, as single parents are very capable of taking care of their children. And on top of that, now in society, women have the power to build businesses, empires. They can do many things. So I want you to be encouraged about that, number one. Now, when you're talking about a narcissist, on the other hand, a narcissist also gets married for a purpose, and it's not about love. Now, keep in mind, we talked about this before. A narcissist does not have the capacity to love. And I know I had a viewer on there to chastise me and tell me I didn't know what I was talking about because narcissists can love and they have emotions just like we do. The emotions are there. The emotions are dull. And they dull those emotions out, and that's why they're narcissists, because they lack emotional empathy. They have cognitive empathy, not emotional empathy, and they don't have compassion. Now check out part 2, Car Chronicles. And this is why do narcissists get married if they do not love, part 2. So as I was saying, a narcissist does not have the capacity to love the way that you love. What they have is anger, anything that's the negative side of emotions, anger, fury, rage, jealousy, all those emotions. They have cognitive empathy. They don't have emotional empathy. So they understand how emotions work. They watch, they interrogate, they watch, they study, so they do understand how emotions work. And what they try to figure out is how to make those emotions work. That's called the power and control. And they don't have compassion for people. And so when they get married to someone, they get married to someone because there's something they can get out of it. If they can't get anything out of it, then you are not good supply to them. And so for some narcissists, depending on where they work in society, where they're at in society, the type of jobs they have, what is acceptable in society, for example, if they live in a society where these business individuals have a wife, have children, have a home, then that is their goal. They have to find a wife that fits that role, and she may be beautiful, depending on, we could be in Hollywood, could be in Atlanta, wherever you are at that has, a specific type of socioeconomic status, appearance, the Facebook models, whatever it is, they'll pull that in because that is the image that they want to maintain. Now, if it comes to a specific type of home, type of clothes, type of cars, so many children that they have, they make sure that they complete that image. So the marriage is not about love, it's about an image. Everything for a narcissist is very self-centered. It's very all about myself. Is selfish, self-centered, and it's all about them. So when they get married, they're not getting married like most people want to get married because I love him, I love her, I want to build a life, I want to have children, I want to grow old with you, I want to build with you, I want to build businesses with you. No, they look at you as you may be a wallet, you may be a finance, you may be an image. There's something behind it. Narcissists are very intentional with what they do. They always think out what they're going to do, and when they are looking at you and interrogating you and hunting you, they're trying to figure out what role are you going to play in their life. How are you going to help my image? If it's a somatic, especially, how are you going to help my image? What are you going to do to help me? It's all about themselves. It's always a one-sided relationship. And even in a marriage, those of you that have been in narcissistic marriages know it was always one-sided. So you have to be careful when you say, I'm going to do whatever I can to make this work. It takes two people to be married. And a narcissist is one person that's making you work to make the marriage work. And as long as you comply and you fit that role and you do as they say, then the marriage will work. But as soon as you have your own opinion, the marriage is no longer going to work. That is why narcissists get married. One of many reasons.